Winning comes in all shapes and sizes. It's different for everyone. One thing is certain. Every day there's an opportunity for a win. Just like scratchers from the Virginia Lottery. Everyday grab and go. Everyday giftable. Everyday fun. It's where anticipation meets instant gratification. Like the new Virginia Lottery Scratcher High Roller Blackjack with a chance to win up to 10 times your prize. Now, that's an everyday win. Drive to a retailer near you. Odds of winning any prize, 1 in 4.16.
Hi, Arrow.
Hello and good morning, you three. How are you guys doing?
Good morning, Arrow.
Man, I got to tell you what, this show, Full Bloom, is so in touch with our invisible artist self. And the reason why is because anytime you put any kind of a flower in front of anybody, it can be the ugliest, grumpiest old man, and you're still going to warm his heart.
That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. There is something about the magic and the power of the flower.
Well, and what you guys do, though, I swear, invisibly and subliminally, you are teaching the world to understand that there is an art form and a connection to what I call invisible music by doing what it is that you do, because you are true artists.
Thank you. I think the fact that floristry has for many years been considered a craft rather than artistry is something that has really mattered to all three of us judges on Full Bloom. And so we are thrilled and delighted to at last enable the world to see just what incredible artists florists really are and how they can create utter masterpieces, often that are with us for such a brief period that makes them even more magical.
So many flower presentations are connected to weddings. How can we make them connected to the living room, the foyer, the kitchen? Because, I mean, I see that people will go into a grocery store to get flowers, but I think that our lives need more than just that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Simon is probably more apt to speak to this because that is the culture in Europe. In Europe, everyone has flowers. It's everywhere pretty much all the time. And I don't think that we have caught on to the calming, healing, enhancing nature that brings into our homes in the same way here.
Don't you think, Simon, that basically it is like a medicinal flowers are, because they do get inside our mind, body, and soul, and they can help purify it?
Oh, Arrow, absolutely. There is now evidence, there is scientific and medical evidence that being amongst greenery, being immersed with plants, flowers, plant materials, soil, all the elements that go into gardening and flower arranging, floristry, working with plant material, all of that is so life-affirming, life-enhancing. We know that it calms anxiety. We know it relaxes people. But more than anything, Arrow, as you said at the top of this item, you walk towards anybody carrying a bunch of flowers and you get the biggest beaming smile off them. Flowers bring joy. They knock the rough edges off life.
You are so right about that. And Elizabeth, when I walk through Charleston, South Carolina, and they've got the flowers out there on the streets and stuff like that, you totally forget about, where you are in the world. You get lost in the moment of now.
That's so true. I find, Charleston, what a charming town. I love it there. And that is so true. And I think in any big city, when you find yourself, or anywhere when you find yourself, overrun with flowers and greenery and plants, it transports your mood. 100% it transports your mood.
Now, Maurice, what is it about the rose? Because, I mean, you guys have taught us so much that the rose isn't just the one thing that brings, pleasure to our souls. But yet there are other ways that we need to explore other flowers. I mean, see, I'm a big believer in Queen's lace, and then only to read that it was a weed. It was a weed, and now it's a flower?
Well, first I'll let you know that our sweet Maurice is celebrating his 40th birthday today.
Yay!
And not with us.
Oh.
So happy birthday, Maurice. We love you. And then I will say to you, Queen Anne's lace is my favorite flower, so I agree with you. I don't care that people call it a weed. It's beautiful.
And the rose, I think people get so attached to things in such strange ways. It's like the rose was given significance by X, Y, and Z, and then everyone was like, oh, that's the best flower. It's like, wait, what? The best flower? There is no best flower. We have our favorites, but there's no best flower. They're all the best flowers.
How can we extend the life of a flower? Because sometimes I wonder if one of the reasons why people don't invest in those beautiful arrangements is because they go, they'll all be dead in 2 days. I hate it when I hear that. I hate that so bad. Still, you have 2 days of pleasure.
I think that if you start to know and become friends with your local florist, your local flower shop, you will always have flowers that last because they will get to know you, they will get to know what your taste is, what you like, how your home is, and they will advise you and they will become your flower friend, and forevermore you will have beautiful blooms.
Now, Elizabeth, the show Full Bloom, there are 10 talented florists. Aren't you guys all talented in the way of we each have our own expression, and really it is like a Picasso. It is because you guys bring something forward. It's like I can look at the sky at a full moon and see the entire picture. That's what you guys do, whereas the person that has the flowers only gets to see what they see in their moment.
Yeah, they're definitely all talented florists, but in order to win a competition show, you have to be the most talented, which means you have to be technologically sound. You have to be good with a budget. You have to be good on time management. You have to be able to direct and be part of a team. Like, that's the thing. It's like no one is saying that anybody's bouquet is not beautiful. On the show, there's a list of criteria that we don't show or talk about. There's a list of criteria in order for us to judge it that everyone has to hit. And so that makes it simple for us, even though it's sometimes difficult to choose, because if you're given this amount of time with these 3 criteria, then you have to hit those or you didn't win.
You know, Simon, I really thought that since we're into this post-COVID-19 thing, that a lot more people would be doing, boutonnieres or something like that, even guys wearing flowers, because it is such a positive message. Are you seeing anything like that in the fashion world?
I think there's much more demand for colour, for vibrancy, for an anything goes, more is best attitude. I think we've definitely seen as we've come out of the pandemic that people are hungry for beauty and joy, and they can't find a bigger helping than watching Full Bloom.
Yeah. What are you guys personally learning from the florists that are on the show? Because, I mean, come on, everybody's got a new trick, a new trait, a new something. What are you personally taking from the show?
Oh, I've learned so many things from the show. In season 1, Kristen taught us some tricks with carnations that I'd never seen before. Season 2, Antonio pulled some magic with some roses that I hadn't seen before. I mean, I learn every single day. And I learn from Simon and Maurice every day, and the way that they look at things totally differently than I do. So it's one giant learning curve.
Well, congratulations, you guys, on another season of Full Bloom, because once again, this show inspires me to be creative. It allows the heart to be a part of everything that is just, it's not like a cooking show where you feed your stomach. What we're doing is we're feeding our soul with your show.
I love that. Thank you.
Please come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Thank you.
Be brilliant today, okay? And keep blooming.
Thank you.
If you love scratchers from the Virginia Lottery, you'll love the High Roller Blackjack Scratcher with a chance to win up to 10 times your prize. Look for it at your favorite Virginia Lottery retailer. In fact, you can drive there right now. Now that's an everyday win. Odds of winning any prize, 1 in 4.16.